Hey everyone, so yesterday Grounded 2 has released patch 0.1.2 and let's go over some things that it update. Now, remember this, whenever patches are put out, they won't fix everything and it will be stated in here as well as it may break some things. It happens, early access, patches, it's just what happens. Okay, so for quality of life community request features, Acorn tops are now guaranteed drops. So every acorn you bust, you'll get a top for it. Created a flow for Steam players to access crossplay. No idea what created a flow is, but yeah, they did it. Updated character icons in the HUD and map. Removed explore and go to entry where it wasn't possible to use. User can now hot deposit their hullable on a buggy. Wolf Spider has fur polish. Okay, so now for some major bug fixes, we'll look at various performance improvements. So they don't, again, patches or these patches are coming out to help fix problems. They're not completely solving them right now. We don't expect this to fix the performance problem as a whole, but various optimizations are underway behind the scenes. They will continue to work with optimization throughout the development. So, yes, yesterday installed this patch and played a co op, and definitely we're still seeing some performance issues. So, it helped. I'm still seeing it again, work in progress. Okay, so they fixed an issue where the orc bee by the blueberry bush was above the skybox and was unable to hit. That means when you were over there, you have to deal with this orc bee, and it was getting out of areas where players were able to hit it. So they fixed that. Fixed a bug where orc creatures did not return to their intended locations after being pulled away. This fix is not retroactive to the save file. Please note you are not soft locked. Please go to where you died last to find the orc creature missing. So what they mean is if you died by this orc creature and it didn't return to where it was supposed to, it probably is stuck where you last died if it killed you there. Various stability improvements, major stability improvements were made. In our estimates, we're expecting a 40 to 60 improvement from the last patch of 0.1.1.3. I don't know if I added too many ones in there. They fixed a bug where shared worlds crashed after prolonged gameplay. Also fixed a bug on the back end that would cause shared world saves to be lost indefinitely. I've heard a couple of people comment in one of my other videos that they completely lost their worlds. So hopefully this will help stop that from happening. Opening photo mode no longer causes clients to lose functionality during multiplayer sessions. Resolved an issue where the sizzle effect persisted indefinitely after saving and loading of the game. That means if you got hit by the sizzle effect, you couldn't get rid of it and it just kept taking away your life until you died. They fixed the progression blocker that occurred when saving loading after defeating tutorial mites. Addressed the bug where clients could fall beneath the terrain during multiplayer gameplay. Redacted now properly descends during the redacted encounter. So they're telling it's saying what this is fixing, but they're kind of keeping redacted means they're keeping it a secret. No spoilers. Corrected instances where park terrain failed to render for players. Key mappings now remain intact after exiting a session, preventing unwanted resets. I was constantly having this issue. I was remapping dodge and crouch to mouse keyboard commands, and every time we had to restart the game, I would have to redo my mapping. Multiplayer bug fixes, they various desync improvements, and fixed the bug where clients joined with improved stats. Building improvements, various improvements prevented building on dirt piles around the park. We don't expect this to be fixed completely, but improvements have been made. Saw this yesterday with our primary base location at the start point. The rock that it was sitting on was lowered. So where we built a foundation in other parts were kind of floating in air. We just had to move them back down so they would properly connect to the ground. But yes, so they are moving and adjusting the ground in certain areas for building improvements. Fix an issue where the S key wouldn't respond during build mode. Corrected naming inconsistencies across various building structures. Resolved a problem that prevented decoration blueprints from being placed on walls or furniture. Look at buggy improvements. Buggies can now be summoned from greater distances without issue. Fix the bug where red ant buggy incorrectly spawned as a host red soldier ant. Address the controller issue where the right button wouldn't function after mounting the orb weaver buggy. Resolved a visual glitch where eggs stored in the inventory became invisible after saving and loading. Fixed a scenario where players could become stuck beneath the buggy after dismounting. Prevented eggs from disappearing in storage following the save load cycle. Eliminated overlapping UI elements for clients. Loading into a save while mounted. Fixed the bug that caused buggy loss after entering the cooler. Buggies no longer take gas damage while blocking. Improve buggy summoning logic to avoid spawning inside terrain. Example, caves and anthills. If you're doing creative mode, they fixed a bug where the handy nat feature was not functioning as intended. Invert vertical look setting now properly affects handy nat controls. Removed unattended calls from Sloan while in creative mode. The mysterious stranger no longer appears in creative mode sessions. Ranger outposts are now correctly unlocked in creative mode. For the park, various fixes to creature spawning aside of geometry. Fix a bug where scorpions didn't attack correctly in the icicles event. Raw science orbs are now easier to see from a distance. Patch several terrain gaps throughout the park. Corrected floating waypoint markers in specific areas. Reduce shadow flickering across various park regions. Fixed a soft lock that could occur after dying in the teleporter. Bees now follow proper sleep behavior at night. Closed off access to unfinished areas that were previously reachable. Addressed a stuck pot on the ramp in the Orc Cockroach Queen Arena. Clients now experience proper collision when parkouring on plant stems. Ugh, parkouring. Absolutely horrible at parkouring, although it's better in this game. The resource finder now correctly detects all intended resources. Combat. Wearing wolf spider armor no longer causes all daggers to apply venom on regular attacks. Fix an issue where drinking dirty water caused infinite sick debuff stacking. Thrown weapons no longer get stuck mid-air for clients. Fix a bug where the death timer was not visible to client after save load. Additional bug fixes. User interface. They replaced a placeholder text in the fertilizer description with finalized content. Tutorial tips now correctly reflect custom key bindings. Removed a non-functional active handy nat prompt from the interface. Corrected item preview behavior in crafting menu to prevent unintended placements. Eliminated an unintended rain texture from the UI background. Resolved an issue where 3D models displayed with black drop in the UI. Updated the summoning wheel to now show accurate status indicators. Ensured buggy status is properly reflected in the interface. They adjusted UI text scaling for better readability across resolutions. Fixed incorrect buff icon for human food. Correct location messages in the map UI. Address input dead zones and crafting menu that block navigation. I'm still having an issue with dead zones in crafting menus where you're scrolling up and down in the crafting menu will go back to the prior or an upper crafting section, especially on the crafting benches. Still having that issue. Localized camera mode toggle label correctly. Prevented text cutoff and ominent auto log entries. Removed multiplayer prompts from single player sessions. And they improved resolution for comms array images in the UI. So for gameplay, players can now complete the hatchery blueprint from all sides. Restored functionality to the S key in the build mode. Quests now progress correctly after smoothie creation. Optical discs are now collectible post-tutorial. The mixer event completion no longer blocks subsequent quests. Blueprint placement near dirt clumps and mixer now works as expected. Remove duplicate quest entries for already completed objectives. Candy consumption on the buggy now counts toward mutation progress. Improved buggy summoning and pathfinding consistency. They fixed a trap scenario on the web bridge. Status effects now visibly apply to creature models. Confront the stranger quest now unlocks properly. Photo reference for Omnin optical disc are now present. Thistle Needles preview now display correctly. Suppress the post-battle incoming call after defeat of the mysterious stranger. All right, so environment resolved terrain gaps that were visible in the snack front region. Prevented out of bounds visibility near the mixer area. Restricted unintended access to unfinished zone. Removed an out of world camera angle from above ranger post ceremony. Patch multiple visual breaks near the tennis ball. Empty terrarium. Yeah, I messed that word all up. And surrounding locations. They adjusted spawn points to prevent bombardier beetles from appearing inside geometry, corrected orb weaver placement to avoid spawning within terrain, fix an issue where bombardier beetles become stuck in foliage around the park, address spider fall through behavior when interacting with webs, eliminated flickering on brittle quartzite shards in the park, enable proper placement of decoration blueprints on the walls and furnitures, refine buggy summoning. Okay, so a lot of these are kind of like repeats from above. They did relocate scorpion adult spawns to prevent overlap in the statue bush, restored blueberry harvesting functionality on the picnic table, fixed the one-sided texture rendering in the ceremony zone, realigned stone collision near Muller stash, corrected mosquito sleep spot positioning, sealed out of gap near Ranger Station flower bed, closed visual breaks near the yoked girth magazine ad, smoothed out terrain inconsistencies. Let's see, repaired misaligned textures, ice cart, grass clipping across the various map locations, fixed the respawn logic that placed players outside the flower bed outpost, added collisions to the oak tree model, prevented save load traps involving pine cones, removed unattended gap visibility in the statue area, patched out of world gaps in the ice cart, grounded floating acorns, corrected floating terrain, fixing clipping issues, eliminated visual gap in the fire pit, covered a visual break behind the fresh mint, resolved out of world gaps, tox kill, smothered angular stretching of dirt textures, smoothed, not smothered, smooth. Fixed the one-sided rendering on root textures, prevented grass from growing through, thistle leaf. All right, so audio issues. They fix some of the sounds of the mysterious strangers, limited the air ray ringing sound effect to its intended floor level, synced the cockroach queen's body slam animation for proper timing, restored missing ambient audio in the ice cart area, corrected playback issues with Pete's voice lines. They just need to fix all the characters' voice lines. Updated glass impact sounds to match expected audio cues. Fixed looping issue with the ska.b, Neebs reference. 2K scanner. Sound after saving and loading ensured global sound effects are now audible to all players, not just the host. Little more. Localization. They address issues where button and side lock were not properly translated. Spanish translation. The mixer messages have been added. Overflow problem. Smoothing station caused by local inconsistencies. Okay, we'll go over multiplayer. Multiplayer key bindings now persist correctly after exiting multiplayer session. Omni tool interactions are no longer interrupted for client players. Founder pack skins remain equipped after joining a new section. Prevented users from launching multiple instances of the game simultaneously. Realign client side waking animations for proper visual flow. Fixed the shared world, saved renaming functionality. Restored visibility of Founders Pack gear and hairstyles and peeper mode. Removed indefinite waiting for others prompt triggered by lean to destruction. All right, so yeah, that is what they are doing. If you come to this page, they also have a roadmap. They have the issue tracker, which I will link this issue tracker below. But here is all the things that they are currently working on that has been reported, and they're investigating, working on, fixing. And all of these icons will tell you what they're doing and where they are at within the current level of fixing these issues, fixing future patch, unable to build in dirt piles. So that was kind of fixed in this last patch. They're also showing workarounds that backpack may fall out of bounds. So yes, this page is super helpful. If you're having issues, you just come over here and see if it is an issue. And you click on it and it will give you a description. You could upvote it to say that you are having these issues. These are all next to all of these are upvotes. So this is probably what they will start concentrating on more. The more people that vote on certain issues that they run across, the higher priority it most likely will get. So yeah, that's it for now. Let me know what you think of the game. I know, again, there are going to be issues. We are playing early access. The game just released. It's still, in my opinion, playing amazing compared to other games I have played in early access. So until next time around, you guys have a great time out there exploring Grounded 2. Enjoy your journey. And I am Magic Blind Potato, and I am out. Y'all have a good one.